You're supposed to be thinking now, this is what she might do, and if she might do that, this is what I'm gonna do. Now, you're looking at your options, because you always have options.
The brain exists in order to construct representations of the world. Very simple organisms have no brains, construct no representations of the world. And the reason why we probably have such large brains, in part, is because we live in a very complicated world. I mean by that, we live in a very complicated social world. We are social animals. So the brain has to do an awful lot of computation in order to solve the very intricate problems that social life poses for us.
So if we go first, who's on offense?
We are!
And who's on defense?
He is!
Bruce Pandolfini, chess master. He's been known to play up to 12 games simultaneously while blindfolded.
Bishops before knights or knights before bishops?
Today, he will play only one game without seeing the board.
Knight to F6.
Against the entire chess club of the Roberto Clemente Middle School in New York's South Bronx.
In a superficial sense, chess gives children many attributes. It improves their memory, their concentration skills. It gives them discipline. It makes them more logical, having to arrange their ideas in logical sequence. They learn to look for analogies and to spot patterns.
Queen to E2. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Queen to E2? Perhaps more importantly than anything, though, it enables them to determine what's truly relevant about a situation and to devote all their energies to then solving a problem.
Pandolfini is part of a group of chess masters who began a chess program in New York's inner-city schools. They believe that chess can help the students concentrate, help them learn to think more carefully in ways that may affect their daily lives.
It develops your thinking so that it's tuned to think of what might happen later or what might happen in the end, and you can you'll think of what you do something, what'll happen. It'll keep you from doing certain things by thinking about them instead of doing them immediately.
Knight takes F3 check.
Well, last year, math was very hard for me. I had a 65 the first marking period. Well, I started getting into more chess. Then in the second marking period, I got like a 75. Then I got up to 80, and finally I got up to an 85. I got really good. And I did good on my citywide test, and I got to 7th grade. Thank God. It helped me a lot.
Queen takes knight at F3.
Queen takes knight at F3. Playing chess is a struggle. You have to be a real fighter to be a good chess player. You have to stay in there. And the kids who come from the ghetto, they're fighters already. And they make very good chess players.
Chess is like life because if you make a mistake, you ain't gonna be able to put it back.
Look, you got your knight right here. If you move your queen here, he's gonna come here, and then you just eat him right there.
And then he's gonna beat our queen.
Most of the kids in the inner city are used to doing things intuitively, impulsively. Chess instills a feeling for a very careful thinking and logical reasoning, which they're unused to at first. And when you bring the both of them together, the intuitive and the analytic processes, you redress the balance and you get a full person.
For inner-city children, chess may teach the same thinking skills as their more traditional classes, but it's a game, a competition that links school to the outside world.
I always lived in kind of rough neighborhood, I still do. So it's kind of hard for me to concentrate, because they're always yelling outside. So my concentration is much better than I was used to, because I have to really concentrate on the game.
Pawn takes.
Before I played chess, I had no self-control. I just talked and talked and talked. Little after little, I talked less, because every time I talked, I lost. And finally, I started beating some opponents. The only words I really say is, hello, my name is Bienvenida Blanca Bagan. Then I say, check, checkmate, and thank you for the game. That's the only words I really say. And when's lunch?
Checkmate. Checkmate, you get it? Checkmate. I see it, I'm telling you, it's our move, right? Yes.
We have to block it.
So I'm telling you, do this. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you better do this. I'm telling you, better do this. So he could take this, I'm telling you, and you could block it right here. And now he's gonna go right here, checkmate.
Mate.
Mate! You lost, drop it! Drop it, throw it up like that.
Thank you for the game. I presume you looked at that position, and why didn't you take my bishop? Did you have a reason for not taking it, or did you simply assume that I must be correct? Don't assume I have some point. If you had done that, either of two good things would have happened. Either you would have been correct and you would have won the game, or you would have been wrong and you would have learned something.
The chess master is in some ways an example of the way that we think in general. And what's come to light in the studies of chess play is the very close link between cognition and perception. That is, when the chess master looks at a complicated position, he sees the potentialities in it. He recognizes patterns, and he assembles those patterns into a meaningful whole. And this characteristic of chess has not yet been really duplicated in programs that play chess, but it's part of what's specifically human about the way we think.